But Mother Nature opened up the skies and we are back to baseball action. Again, it's Championship Monday. And today, a must-win situation for all organizations here. Today, a good matchup. Two good teams, the ZT national team, the ZT Prospects 14U national team, going up against Team Mizuno Moreno. Coaches meeting took place. Aaron Moreno, the head coach for the Team Mizuno club, and Carlos Avila, the skipper of the ZT Prospects national team, our umpires today. Reggie will take care of business. He'll manage the game behind the plate, working with Luis on the infield. A two-man operation. We'll take care of business managing the game throughout this afternoon. A must-win situation, Championship Monday, and of course you're probably picking up some of the noise in the background as all of these games a must-win situation on all four teams that are competing, and more than that I should say, but for particular fields right now. So they're going to set the deck and we're going to play ball here just coming up in a few minutes. Once again, for those folks joining us this afternoon, we welcome you. The 2025 Super Regional NIT Championship Monday. And once again, while you're looking for locations around the country, we're at the Oak Villa Park here, an outstanding location just outside of the Baton Rouge area. And a beautiful facility, excellent location. And there's Marissa Manavong. I'd like to say hello to her. She's always taking care of everybody, and she's an awesome mom, helping out with everyone here and taking care of all the players, bringing in some lunch. Thank you, Marissa. Well, we'll get ready to go here. The prospects will be on the defensive side here to set the table here. Behind the plate and on the mound, the right-handed hurler, Nate Handley White, the right-hander. He'll take care of business to start things off on the hill for the prospects. Behind the plate, Mateo Monster Victoria. He'll manage things for the prospects on the defensive side. Over on the right side, over on first base, got the man himself over on 1B, Jimmy Stout. Stout played the long ball game yesterday. A couple of big bombs from Stout got the prospects to where they were. Over on the second base side, Blake Barbarena. Barbarena shifts around, moves around, shuffles on the infield a little bit. Over in the third base, on the 5 spot, Jordan Leon, as I mentioned, the new acquisition for the prospects here in 2025. In the shortstop, in the 6th spot, Charlie Blaylock. Their toss or two, and we'll be ready to go. So Victorio sends it down to Blaylock, and it's game time to start things off for Team Mizuno. I'd like to thank Nash, taking care of business for Perfect Game, all the crew. Kate's crew has been outstanding. The director here for this particular event doing a fine job and keeping things moving along, considering that we had some rain, but we are good to play ball from here. Well, Reggie will set the table, and we will get this thing on the road. To start things off for Team Mizuno, Shamlis, he'll step in, the leadoff man. We're ready to go. Championship Monday. And Hadley deals right up the middle, and the count is 0-1. Shamlis plays third base for the club, right-handed hitter. Jammed. Blaylock, one hop across the deck, is in time. So 6-3 on the putout if you're scoring it officially here. Blaylock to Jimmy Stout, and they get their first out. Stepping in the 2-hitter, Edgar, and that gets away from Handley. The count is 1-0. Edgar, the shortstop for the club. On board. Stepping in the 3-hitter, Moss. Moss comes in as the extra hitter here, hitting in the 3-hole for Team Mizuno. Edgar over on the first base side, modest lead. Stout holds him on, back throw. Hadley ready to deal here. Pitch on the way. Good pitch. Gets the lower part of the plate. And the count is 0-1. ball's pulled foul to the left side. And the count is 0-2. Edgar again, modest lead off the first base side. From the stretch, pitch on the way, runner on the move. Hit and run there. They're going to have to go to first here, so Barberena will take care of business, and they'll pick up the second out. So Edgar will move over 90 feet and find himself at second base, as Moss will have a seat with 2 down. The 4-hitter Gomez, he'll pitch for the club, hits it from the right side, righty-lefty matchup. Edgar over at second. Perfect conditions here this afternoon as we're just past the 3 o'clock hour. High ball upstairs, takes a cut. Gomez will look at a strike. The count is 0-1. Hadley takes a look. Pitch on the way. Ball's outside. Victorio pulls it in. And the count goes even to 1-1. And swing and a miss. Hadley runs the outer third. Gomez goes after it. And the count is 1-2, says Reggie, our head umpire. And Hadley locked in here. Edgar over at second. Defense is ranged up. A long look from Hadley. Pitch on the way. Runner on the move. And swung foul. So the 1-2 count holds here on Gomez. And a ball cut foul, another slice there, and Gomez staying active in the box and fouls it off. Turf infield all the way through to the first cut of grass in the outfield, and luckily things have been drying out, so we're in much better shape than we were early on. Ball's outside, the count goes to 2-2. Edgar, anxious to get over to third, started to make a move, but Victorio quick out of the pop. No option there. The 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. And a mistake there, thrown back Hadley. He thought Barberena was there. Something happened in the communication as Hadley is, Nate's looking over at Barberena like, what's happening there? And shook his head like we thought we had the play on. Must have misread it, nonetheless. Edgar will move up to third. So an opportunity here. Gomez steps in at the corners. Fastball upstairs. The count goes full at 3-2. So a full count on a miscue at second brings Edgar at third. And inside, strike 3 called. So an opportunity. They pull out of that one. So on a miscue, it ends up paying off for the Prospects. They'll leave one on 1 hit. No score. We'll head to the bottom of the first frame. Chris Allard with the call. The 2025 Perfect Game Super Regional NIT here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Prospects will get on the offensive side. Well, as we head to the bottom half here, bottom of the first frame, no score. On the defensive side for Team Mizuno, on the hill, Gomez, lefty. He'll take care of business on the bump for Team Mizuno over in the 2 spot behind him. Palfi, he'll do the catching for the club. Over in the 3 spot, Muldrow over on first base. In the 4 spot, Madrazo. Over in the 5 spot, Chambliss. Shortstop will be Edgar. He'll take care of business there. And over on the left side will be North. Center field will be Cragen. And rounding things on the right side, Coverdale. So that's your lineup on the defensive side for Team Mizuno as Palfi fires it down to second. And we'll be ready to go here in the bottom of the first frame here. Championship Monday, a must-win situation to move on. It takes 3 to get to the show, 4 to win it. Charlie Blaylock will lead off. Lefty-lefty matchup here. And a ball missing low part of the zone. The count goes to 1-0 to Blaylock. A lot of action around us here in this quad setup with 4 fields. Blaylock inside, takes a look, and a good adjustment there for Gomez as he runs in on the inner third, and the count goes to 1-1. And a ball runs out. The count goes to 2-1 on Blaylock. Charlie's had a good campaign starting off the 2025 spring season. Looking for a knock here. Blaylock pulls it foul to the right side, and the count will hold at 2-2. Chopped foul in the box, and the count will hold at 2-2. And ball, count goes full at 3-2, says Reggie, our head umpire, as Blaylock steps in a full count. The 3-2 pitch, ball 4 behind Blaylock. So Blaylock, disciplined at the plate, finds himself on board with a walk. And that'll bring up the 2-hitter, Nateo Victorio. Monster will step in. Blaylock with good speed on the first base side. And Muldrow holds him on. Pitch on the way. Bunt shown outside for a ball that counts 1-0. So Muldrow holding on Blaylock. Palfi with a direct look over on the first base side. Throw back over, correction, Gomez. So an easy throw over for Gomez as a direct line of sight being a lefty. Another lefty-lefty matchup. And a ball low, running the outer third, and the count is 2-0 to Victorio. Throw back, and Blaylock will come back in time. Coach Ronnie down on the first base side for the prospects. Down on the third base side, Coach Trey. Carlos Avila, the skipper of the club, and Eric Ortiz does the pitch calling. And a ball just missing up. And the count goes to 3-0 to Victorio. We're in the bottom of the first. If you're just joining us live, we welcome you. Strike called there. Victorio taking all the way. Gomez had to throw the strike there. Hitters count at 3-1. Victorio will step back in. And ball 4, same pitch that got Blaylock on board, right behind the batter. And the prospects find themselves with a scoring opportunity, and Jordan Leon. Leon will step in, and they're checking on Victorio. They're going to hold Nateo over on first. As he's catching, he's going to run. Typically, they'll run for him, but they're going to leave him on board. And Jordan Leon will step in. Defense is ranged up. Shortstop shuffling a bit. Our second baseman rolls in. Gomez with a look. The ball is up and out. The count is 1-0. So Gomez with 2 walks, just trying to settle in here in the bottom of the first. And a strike there locating. Jordan takes a look, and the count goes even to 1-1. A 2-1 count for Leon. Edgar shuffling around, as well as Madrazo over at second. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And the count goes even to 2-2. The ball is out. The count will go full to 3-2. So Gomez, last 2 batters, taking him to a full count, has walked 2. We'll see how he handles this situation. The 3-2 pitch, ball out, ball 4. So 3 walks in a row for Gomez. And we're here in the bottom of the first frame. Time is called, and heading out, Palfy, just to talk to his guy. His crew will come in and they'll chat it up for a minute just to say, hey, let's settle down here. Let's get locked into our game and have a couple of good words. Coach Trey for the prospects on the other side talking to his guys. As the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the first. A visit out to the hill. And they're going to be shuffling the deck here, I think possibly early on. So a little bit more time perhaps, and they're going to see about maybe making some adjustments. They're bringing the right fielder in. And that's North, and perhaps he's on his way to the pen. So a little early shuffling of the deck here for Team Mizuno. Once again, you're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game Super Regional NIT here at Baton Rouge, Louisiana at the Oak Villa Park. It's been a great tournament so far, and teams are now here on Championship Monday with an opportunity to get a shot at the title. All the clubs currently playing right now with the delay and such. These are the teams that will have to play 3 to get to the show. So it's a long day with back-to-back-to-back action all the way into getting an opportunity to get a crack at the title. The winner of the NITs, of course, the Super Regional NITs, you get an automatic bid into the 2025 National Championships. And to learn more about tournaments in your back. So the pitching change in place, and we're ready to go here. Coverdale taking over on the hill, and they go to a righty. And a ball is low there as Blake Barbarena steps in. Base is loaded. Jordan Leon gets on board, Victorio at second, and Blaylock at third. That's your 1, 2, 3 hitters. And Barbarena steps in. Palfy decides to go out and have a word here with Coverdale. Make sure that they get things called properly with no outs here. So early on in the first frame, here in the bottom half, the prospects knocking on the door. And a ball up. Helfie has to come out of the pop quickly there. And the count goes in a 2-0 count. And a throw down to third. Back pick attempt there down the side. Fires down to the third baseman. Chambliss down at third. Blaylock wisely paying attention. It's a 3-0 count. Ball 4, so like that, an adjustment in pitching in Cloverdale. He comes in, and Gomez. Four walks administered, and the first run comes across on a walk. And stepping in is Trey Lawrence. And a strike there, so an adjustment. So Covernall works ahead, the count's 0-1. High fly ball, right side, right fielder backing up, making the adjustment. Should be a routine grab there. They're tagging up from third, and they're gonna go and cut it in. And on the right side, Trey Lawrence, a long fly up, but he'll get the RBI. So Victoria will come home. They pick up their second run. So Lawrence gets the RBI, and Brody Taylor will step in. Runners at first and second. Barbarena at first, Jordan Leon at second. And a ball up, the count is 1-0. And good movement there, a good pitch. Gets the outer part of the plate located. The slider there, the count goes to 1-1. Taylor steps back in. Left side pulled foul and out of play, nobody there. An attempt off the side, but left fielder, no opportunity there. The count goes to 1-2 for Brody Taylor. And he'll lock back in. Back up the middle. They'll get the play at second. There's 1 and 2. They turn it over. And they get the double, but the prospects pick up 2. We'll head to the top of the second frame. 2-0 fair. We'll be right back. And Hadley ready to go as we start the second. Bunt attempt, good, laid down. Hadley's going to have to make a quick play. He's got it handled. So a good effort. So Coverdale. And a ball's cut foul straight back. Giving us a heads up there. So the 3-2 battle begins here. And a ball's cut foul. Out of play, the count is 0-1. And swing and a miss. Nate gets that through. And the count is 0-2 as Madrazo steps back in. And there on the inside. Count is 0-1. Throw back over to the first base side. And another throw over. And a tight action over on first base. A good. Second and third for Dre Murakami. Strike call right up the middle. Murakami taking all the way on the 3-0 count. So Coverdale makes the back in. And hit by pitch, so Coverdale back to the top of the order. And no pitch on the way. Ball is low, the count goes to 1-0. Well hit ball. Center fielder backing up. Makes the adjustment. Pulls it in. The out's there. Fly out. But that'll bring in Manavong. So Blaylock. Sack fly there. Gets the score. Keeping things up. And they keep things moving along. So Victorio steps back in. And no move over to second, Murakami. Coverdale looks, pitch on the way, ball's upstairs. The count goes to 2-2. On the offense. Well, we're ready to get things started here in the top of the third inning, as White will take another warm-up toss, be ready to go, and Victorio will get his guys ready to roll, and we'll start the third frame. So Victorio sends it down, Blaylock will gather, and they'll be ready to go. We're in the third. Cragen will start things off for the club. They go 8, 9, 10 here in the top of the third, as White ready to deal. And the count is. And the count goes to 3-1. And a good pitch locates the outer third. Nate makes the adjustment. And the count will go full at 3-2. 1. Curveball in for the strike there. Good pitch. And good movement. North to south for Nate White. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So another strikeout for Nate. He picks up 2 here in the third frame. Stepping in, the 10-hitter, Muldrow, first baseman for the club. Facing Nate for the first time. Ball chopped foul, and out of play over on the Team Mizuno side of the dugout, and the count is 0-1. And another cut foul, and an 0-2 count. Right side, one hopper. Stout will probably take it himself, and he does so. So Jimmy takes care of it, and they'll go 1, 2, 3 in the third. We'll head to the bottom of the third frame. The Prospects leading this one 4-0. We'll be right back. Well, we're ready to go here. Jordan Leon will step in to start things off in the third frame. Leon, right side, cuts it foul. High fly ball. Looks like it could go foul, and it stays in. And a grab made in foul territory. Leon, sky ball straight up into the foul territory. Third baseman was able to pull it in, and they get their first out. One down, and Blake Barbarena will step in. Barbarena was walked his last at bat. Looking to try to get a knock and something started here in the bottom of the third. Curveball missing out. The count is 1-0. Same pitch, just missing out. The count goes to 2-0. As Barbarena being patient here, looking for something. On the other side, Covernal looking for an out. And up and tight. Barbarena's got a bail out there. And the count goes to 3-0. Covernal ready to deal the 3-0 pitch. Probably taking all the way. Upstairs, ball four. A 4-pitch walk administered to Blake Barbarena. So Lawrence to try to get something started for his guys. Barbarena with a shallow lead over on first. Curveball in for the strike. Throw down to second base is not in time. A good throw, though. Palfy came out quick with a good gun down to second, but Barbarena in with a stolen base, moves up 90 feet. A strike called at the plate, and the count goes to 1-1. Ball is out, a good grab behind the plate. And the count goes to 2-1. No throw back. Barbarena jumps back to second. Covernal. Ball four low. So Trey Lawrence gets on board with a walk. And Covernal puts two men on here in the third. So Taylor will step in, and a visit out to the hill. Quick conversation to ensue. We're here at the Championship Day, Monday, the 2025 Perfect Game Super Regional NIT, and we will be right back. And back to live action. Nass Chambliss takes over on the hill. Brody Taylor steps in. Pitch on the way. Taylor lays off. That ball gets behind at the plate. And that'll move runners up 90 feet. So like that, Trey Lawrence ends up at second. Barbarena at third. A ball at the plate. And the count is 1-0. So Chambliss taking over. And a 1-0 count to Brody Taylor. And Taylor hit by pitch, gets it on the upper part of the quad. And you could hear that one. And Taylor on board. And that'll bring up Jimmy Stout. So the base is loaded here with one out, 4-0 affair prospects as Stout steps in. One down, bottom of the third frame. And a strike called. Stout takes a look, and the count is 0-1. And a good block behind the plate there as the ball bouncing. The count goes to 1-2 to Jimmy Stout. And a ball out. The count goes full to 3-2. So a full count here, and Stout being patient. Ball just out, says Reggie, our head umpire. And a nice job here this afternoon for Perfect Game working with Luis. Ball. Manavong will step in with the bases remaining loaded. One. I've said this before, during these tournaments, these long events, you play a lot of games, pitching becomes a premium. Manavong at first, from the stretch, Chambliss will work. Runner goes, no throw, and a strike called at the plate. And I think they have the steal sign on, but Manavong may not have had it locked in, but at least saw what he did at the plate, and the count's 0-1 to Murakami. Prospects lead this one 6-0. We'll head to the top of the fourth. Now back to live action. We're ready to go here. Coach heads down for Team Mizuno down to the third base side. Coach Aaron Moreno and Reggie, our head umpire, working with Lewis over down on the first base side. He'll put it in play. We'll be ready to go here. We're in the fourth frame. Nate White stays on the hill for the prospects. Ball misses there. The count's 1-0. So Chambliss at the top of the order. They go 1-2-3 here in the fourth. And a ball missing out. The count goes to 2-0. Third base side, backhand grab for Barberena. Throw is in time. Quick pick there for Jimmy Stout. One hopper into the glove. 5-3 if you're scoring it. Prospects put up the first out. So good work as the prospects take care of the two-hitter, Edgar, on a flyout. Lawrence takes care of that. 2 down, 3-hitter steps in, Moss ready to go. Pitch on the way, chopped foul at the plate, and the count is 0-1. So Nate here working ahead in the 4th frame. Well hit ball. That ball, Lawrence on the move and lays it out, in and out of the glove. And a good effort for Trey Lawrence to his right. He had to lay it out, in and out of the glove, so a good effort nonetheless. And Moss will get on board with a single. So a well hit ball, good attempt, but Moss finds himself on board. So Gomez will step in. And swing and a miss there. Good pitch. And the count is 0-1. 83 on the fastball. So good number for Nate White. Curveball in for the strike call there. And the count is 0-2 with 2 outs. Second baseman, Leon, underhand toss, fielder's choice there. They'll take care of business. 4-6 on the put out, and the Prospects, they turn it over 1-2-3. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Prospects leading this one 6-0. Well, we're ready to go here with Cameron Walters to start things off in the prospects here. They go 10-1-2. We're in the bottom of the fourth frame. Prospects leading 6-0. Nate White pitching a gem so far for the club. Pitching change here. And the count is 1-0. So Jones comes in for Team Mizuno, facing Walters for the first time. And a swing and a miss there. The count goes to 1-1. Ball's pulled foul to the third base side. And Jones, the ball in 2 strikes on Cameron Walters. Cameron catches for the club, works with his teammate Victorio. And hit by pitch there, so Walters finds himself on board and hit by pitch. So back-to-back on board for Walters, 2 hit by pitches. And back to the top of the order here. And a strike outside, the count's 0-1. Charlie Blaylock in the box. And the count goes to 1-1. Walters with good speed over on the first base side. Time called from our head umpire, Reggie. Ball comes in onto the field. They'll take care of that, and we will reset. So Jones steps back on the rubber. Blaylock back in the box. Reggie puts it in play. We're good to go. And a ball gets by at the plate. Pilfrey thought he had it in his glove. And moving up 90 feet is Cameron Walters, now in scoring position for Blaylock with no outs here. And a 2-1 count. And a ball just missing on the outer third. Jones trying to get something on the outside part of the plate. Blaylock not biting on it. And a 3-1 count. Shortstop in tight. Edgar, the shortstop for the club. Pitch on the way. Ball 4. So on board with a walk is Charlie Blaylock. So a hit by pitch and a walk administered here in the bottom of the fourth. And that'll bring up Victoria's. Pilfrey wants to have a couple of quick words with his guy. Say, hey man, we got this, just settle down. And Victoria will step in. No outs, runners at first and second for the prospects, Blaylock and Walters. Good voice for Coach Trey down on the third base side. Plenty of energy coming out of that one, huh, Nash? What do you think? Third base coach, you can probably hear him from here and every other field in Texas. Or, yeah, not in Texas, in Louisiana. All good stuff, though. Here we go. Pitch on the way. Third base side. They'll get the force there. Throw across the deck. In and out, and Victorio slips. So they're going to call time down on the first base side. Victorio's fine. He rounded. And a little bit of kind of incidental, so I guess they're saying the ball was in the dugout, so they're going to give Victorio second and Blaylock over to third. Mason Moeller will run for him, so a little bit of adjustment here for the catcher, Mateo Victorio. Jordan Leon steps in. Ball is low, the count's 1-0. And a strike outside. So Jones makes the adjustment and evens things up here. The count is 1-1. From the stretch, Jones will work. Mason Mueller at second, Blaylock at third. Ball swung on, cut foul to the right side and out of play. So the count is 1-2 on Jordan Leon. We're in the bottom of the fourth, 6-0 Prospects. So Jordan, down on the third base side, they take the fours. They get the out there. And Jordan gets on board with a single. And one out. Stepping in, Blake Barberena. The ball is up, the count's 1-0. And the seventh run on the fielder's choice there. And Barberena looking for something here with Jordan Leon over on the first base side. And the ball's pulled foul to the right side and out of play. And a 2-1 count. And the ball is up. The count goes to 3-1 on Barberena. We're just slightly past the 4:30 p.m. hour here on Monday. And this is game one of 4 required to finish the tournament. Hard hit ball, line shot right to Gomez. Didn't have to move, and that'll do it. They leave one on, but they get one over. It's 7-0. We'll head to the top of the fifth. We'll be right back. Well, we're ready to go here in the top of the fifth inning. And Nate White stays on the hill for the Prospects. And a strike outside. The count is 0-1. Covernale locked and loaded, ready to go to get something started here. Lays off, and Nate comes inside, and the count is 1-1. a ball up there, the 2-1 count. And a strike outside. So White knots it up here with a 2-2 count. And strike three, fastball gets the outer third. Covernale will have a seat. The Prospects will pick up their first out. And a 1-1 count here. Moore comes in to hit. Swing and a miss there. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. And strike 3 there. So strikeout for Nate. And 2 outs on the books here. So Moore will have a seat. And Madrazo will step in with 2 down. And a strike there. The count is 0-1. And Nate working efficiently here, and the count is 0-2. Madrazo loads back in. Looking to get something here started in the top of the 5th. Prospects leading this one 7-0. The 0-2 pitch, and the count goes to 1-2. Strike 3 called, so Nate White takes care of it, and that'll do it. Time is expired here. The Prospects, Nate White, an outstanding job pitching and good pitch sequencing calling from Coach Eric Ortiz. So Nate White does his thing for the Prospects, and of course the good team Texas, the Team Mizuno Club, Coach Moreno, and of course the players shaking hands here. You get to the show, it's a tough ride. Everybody's working hard to get there, and to make it to Championship Monday is excellent work for all teams that make it this far. Chris Aller with the call, and Nash behind the scenes, perfect game, doing his thing, keeping the score for our umpires, Reggie and Lewis. This one's officially in the books. Prospects, they'll get another shot at it as they continue to come closer to the championship game. They'll be coming up next. We'll bring it to you live. For now, this one's in the books. Game number 1 of Championship Monday. So long, folks. We'll see you soon.